At home. I look round this meeting here. I've been to 5 or 6 already today. I go tonight to Scotland. Last week I was in Lancashire, Cheshire, the West Midlands, Birmingham, Swansea. I look round it all, and I say to you quite frankly, and I believe you'll accept it, I've never seen the people of this country, taking broadly, so well off or so happy as they are today. Economists tell you, you can help to get prices stable or down, but if you do, the measures that you take may create unemployment. I say we have about under 2% nationally. We have some local pockets. It's quite true. I should look at the balance sheet when you look at the prospectus. Our prospectus, we call it the next, looked at, vetted and passed by my friend the Chancellor of the Exchequer. We may do better, but I'd far rather do better than my promises than fall below them. Because after all, we may differ on politics and home affairs. We may vote differently. We may try and work up, I never try and work up great angry feelings between one class of English people and the other. After all, we're all one people. We're all one people. But when we come to foreign affairs, we all are in the same boat. We're all interested in peace. We have our different methods and thoughts, and I respect them all. But we're all in it together. Last, I felt for some time that while we must, unless you are a complete pacifist, and I respect that, the Quaker pacifist view. If you're not that, all the same, I felt that this state of tension, with the special points of friction between East and West, was something very dangerous. And that we ought to try to reach a point where, while we would never give in, that would be appeasement, we would try to create a situation in which the two different ways of life, the free and Christian,
Brigade School, that's all we have to show you today. We're very proud of it. What do you think about it?
Well, Mr. Lieber, first of all, thank you very much. You've every right to be proud of it. You've done a grand job here in building this works, and it's going to be an enormous help to us in these years to come. to have that vast output of steel. And good luck to all who work here, and may this works long remain what it is today, the finest in Europe.
I think the theme of this conference will be that we shall be taking stock not only of the past but of the future. We are deeply conscious of the great issues that are facing this country and the world. These issues will be freely and frankly debated, and our decisions will be arrived at with a due sense of responsibility.
Tonight could have anything but a feeling of great humility, partly because of the task that lies ahead, and also because of the people who have held this post in the past. And of course I'm thinking particularly of my immediate predecessor, Mr. Attlee. All I can say is that I only hope I can discharge my responsibilities half as well as he did.
That we want to see in the Labour Party in Parliament. And apart from that,
on enterprise, and he started
here to send Gordon Richards to register another win. Contributions and the benefits under the two schemes, and let the public judge between them. But I know you'll be wondering to yourselves, well, how is it done? What is the difference? Now, it is not because under the Labour scheme there is anything very startlingly sensational or anything of that kind. This plan was not thought out by a few Labour Party intellectuals. It was worked out with the help of some of the greatest experts in the country. And secondly, it's been subjected, and I give you my personal word for this because I made the arrangement myself, it's been subjected to the very closest examination by people who know about these things and study the figures and so on to see whether we can afford it. And the report that I received personally from those I asked to look into it was that, if anything, our scheme was still really a rather conservative one. No. The way they treat their older people that I approve of, it's the way they invest in their young. Today in the Soviet Union, however much we may disapprove of them, we better wake up to this. They are spending 3 times as much per head of the population on education as we are in Britain. Now that's a pretty formidable challenge, you know. This isn't a matter of charity. This isn't a matter even of goodwill. This is a matter of necessity. Comes along with these plans for social reforms, and they want to do this and that and the other. And we do, I agree, we want to give the old, certainly we do. We want to do these things, but they say, oh, you can't do it, you can't afford it. Now, I'll just put this point to you, and particularly to any Tories who may be listening.
pensioners today. Many of them are too proud to go is not something we should laugh at. And quite apart from that 1.5 million, there must be, well, I don't know, 1 million more, especially when you count in the widows and you count in the people who are struggling along. And it is a struggle, you know, if somebody's sick and they're having to manage on the sick benefit. What? That there's a first aid measure that ought to be taken straight away from now onwards to ensure that the pension goes up automatically. I'm not going to stand in a white sheet about this. In our case, we had a very difficult time immediately after the war, and we had world prices rising all the time. Under the Tories, they've been a bit more fortunate in that way. Country has been, because we've had falling world prices. But all the same, there have been periods when the pensioners have been badly left behind. Friends, that must not happen again. And we give this pledge that we will, if we are returned to power, raise the pension at once, and we will guarantee its value for the future. A pension that is quite inadequate compared with what people have been living on before, when they were at work. How do you get round this? Well, we say there is one and only. Well, I can think of several good reasons why you should vote for Gordon Richards. Well, first of all, he's obviously a very able young man, and he's a very...
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very glad indeed to see you here and wish you all good luck. I'm not going to, at this election, join in an auction. If I have just one moment for what we hope to do overseas. You need here, Berry needs, Lancashire needs, all England needs peace. We all want peace. I lead a party whose policies are united. You cannot, ladies and gentlemen, lead England to play the part that she can and will play, unless you have a government which feels that it can speak with the whole support of its own party and a strong majority of the people to back it in Parliament. We will have a straight, sincere and honourable election, and I am confident that we shall win it. It is for these two things that I am asking, and I believe that you are going to give it to us. For that, we will work hard at this election. And to wish good luck too to my friend, your candidate. He has always been loyal and true, and you have here a man who will be loyal and true to you, either by the front door or by the back door, either by taking him over in the old-fashioned way or by buying in the new way. What does that mean? We know what it means. It means to make them what they call accountable to the nation. That means sending the accounts for the Treasury to pay. And the promises that they are making as the country's strength grows. But I'm not prepared to do something which is just a paper figure and does not give a real benefit to those we ask to give us their confidence. So at home, we ask for your support for a great candidate, a good member, because we have done well and we believe we can do better still in the future. And what you have to decide is whether in the months that lie ahead of us, and they will be difficult months, when we have to negotiate and try gradually to build up some working arrangement by which the countries of the communists and the free world can live together, side by side, you have to choose who it is you want to entrust this job to. And there again, I would say, I'm not claiming anything for myself except this. Mr. Gateskill, no doubt, will negotiate just as well as I can. But his party are hopelessly divided on all the great issues of foreign policy, on the support to NATO, on the H-bomb, on the nuclear test. Deep divisions.
Our Conservative candidate, Mr. John C. Biggood, to propose a vote.
Yes, all right, yes.
I thought I'd come into the pub or something. You'll be in a pub, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Or is swindle. Well, I hope it'll be kept. It's what is best for your country and what is best. There have been quite a lot of men and women who thought they belonged to Britain, have to be judged by what is best for us all, for the whole country. Go steadily forward, or are we deterred from the road and led away? I would say this, everything rather go on from where we are now, build on the strength we've made, and then about what is to happen overseas. Last November,